In a world increasingly facing uncertainty, the art of survival becomes more critical than ever. We've all heard about bugging out, that rush to escape the chaos, when things really hit the fan. But let's face it, the same old spots are not always going to cut it. The woods, too obvious. Your basement, too vulnerable. It's time to think outside the box. It's about finding those hidden gems, those unusual but exceptionally effective locations that offer the protection we need from various threats. Whether it's extreme weather, civil unrest, or natural disasters, these locations are the wild cards you want up your sleeve. So, are you ready to challenge the conventional wisdom and discover the unexpected places that could be your sanctuary in a crisis? Stay tuned as we embark on a journey through the top 12 unusual places to bug out. First on our list, the overlooked giants of our cities. Water towers. These towering structures hold more than just gallons of water. They hold the potential to be a secure and strategic bug-out location. Imagine having the high ground, an eagle-eye view of your surroundings. They're not only a fortress but also a watchtower, giving you a clear vantage point to monitor any potential threats. Now, living in a water tower isn't as simple as climbing up and setting up camp. It would require some modifications. You'd need to consider insulation, ventilation, and a sturdy access point that can be easily defended. Plus, there's the advantage of having a vast water reservoir right at your fingertips. But remember, it's crucial to ensure the water is clean and safe for consumption. With the right modifications, these towers can serve as your fortress in the sky. Next stop, retired railroad cars, your portable fortress on wheels. Now you might be thinking, a train car? Seriously? And to that we say, absolutely. These retired behemoths of the railroads offer a unique blend of mobility, durability, and space that few structures can match. Stationary retired railroad cars can provide solid shelter, and if you've got the right skills, you can tailor their interiors to fit your needs. They're like blank canvases waiting for the right survival artist to turn them into masterpieces of readiness. However, there's a bit of a hitch. You'll need to consider the legalities and the necessity of having the car on private or secluded land. It's not as simple as just parking your new home wherever you please, but with the right location and the right permissions, a retired railroad car could be your ticket to safety. Our next destination, a place of growth and life. Large commercial greenhouses. These sprawling structures, typically home to bountiful crops, can be transformed into a haven when the world outside is in turmoil. Imagine this, a shelter that not only provides you protection but also sustains you with fresh food. A self-sufficient life right in the heart of a greenhouse. But let's not forget, repurposing these greenhouses is not without its challenges. The structural integrity needs to be robust, able to withstand the elements and potential threats. Then there's the matter of temperature control. These structures are designed to harness the sun's heat, but in a survival situation, you'd need to balance that warmth with a comfortable living environment. And that, my friends, requires careful planning and preparation. With the right preparations, these greenhouses could be your oasis amid chaos. Now, let's descend into the depths of safety. Underground parking garages. These sprawling concrete labyrinths are more than just a place for cars to huddle away from the elements. They can serve as formidable fortresses, shielding you from above-ground chaos. Deep underground structures provide excellent thermal insulation, keeping you warm in winter and cool during summer. Plus, they offer protection from both aerial and ground disturbances, be it severe weather or civil unrest. But remember, it's not just about finding these hidden gems, it's about securing access to them. You'll need to obtain permission to use these spaces and ensure you can gain entry when the need arises. This might involve building relationships with property owners or local authorities. It's a crucial step that shouldn't be overlooked. With planning and permission, these structures could be your underground haven. Next, we step into the quiet sanctums of the past, abandoned churches or monasteries. These structures, often nestled in more secluded locales, bear the mark of time but also the promise of protection. Their very design, intended to weather the ages, makes them robust shelters against the elements and possible threats. What's more, their typically remote locations can offer the advantage of distance from chaotic urban centers. But remember, with age comes the need for maintenance. These religious relics may require some refurbishment to make them habitable and secure. This could range from fixing a leaky roof to reinforcing a crumbling wall. Also, consider the space within. Many of these buildings boast ample room, perhaps enough to accommodate a group if you're not going it alone. With some work, these places of peace could be your sanctuary in times of turmoil. Now we delve into the heart of the earth, abandoned mines. These forgotten veins of the planet offer a natural insulation and a solid roof over your head. It's like living in the belly of the earth, shielded from the chaos above. The constant temperature inside these subterranean cavities can be a blessing in extreme weather conditions, providing a comfortable living environment year-round. However, before you consider staking your claim in one of these underground realms, it's crucial to take safety precautions. Mines, particularly abandoned ones, require careful checks for stability. You wouldn't want your haven to collapse around you. Air quality is another critical factor. Ensure there's adequate ventilation and no harmful gases lingering from mining operations. Always consult with a professional for a thorough safety inspection. With careful checks, these subterranean hideouts could be your shield from danger. Next, we sail to the edges of solitude, deserted islands. These remote outposts of land, surrounded by vast expanses of water, offer a kind of isolation that's hard to match. When the world goes sideways, the safety of distance can be a blessing. But let's not romanticize the desert island life too much. The challenges are real and numerous. Fresh water and food supplies are not a given. You may need to rely on rainwater collection, fishing, and edible local flora. And while the isolation keeps you safe from mainland troubles, it also means help is far away if things go wrong. Transportation is another key concern. You'll need a reliable way to get to and from your island refuge. Boats, of course, are the usual go-to, but remember to consider their maintenance, fuel supply, and weather conditions. With proper preparation, these isolated lands could be your refuge from the mainland mayhem. Now, we venture into nature's fortress, cave systems. These subterranean sanctuaries offer not just concealment, but also a natural thermostat. Whether it's the scorching heat of summer or the bone-chilling cold of winter, caves maintain a relatively constant temperature year-round. But remember, not all that glitters is gold. While caves provide natural shelter, they do come with their challenges. Navigation can be tricky, and the risk of getting lost is real. It's essential to familiarize yourself with the layout of the cave and, if possible, map out your chosen cave system. And let's not forget about the inhabitants of these caves. From bats to bears, you may find yourself sharing your space with wildlife, so it's crucial to consider this when choosing your cave and plan accordingly. With knowledge and caution, these natural hideaways could be your shield from the storm. Next, we tread into the wild labyrinth, marshlands or swamplands. These waterlogged biomes, often overlooked, can be an unexpected safe haven. Dense vegetation and murky waters serve as natural barriers, deterring unprepared intruders. The thick undergrowth and reeds can hide a shelter, making it almost invisible to the casual observer. But like any landscape, swamps and marshes present their own unique challenges. Insects, for instance, can be a nuisance, but with the right repellents and protective clothing, this issue can be managed. Dampness is another concern. The high humidity can affect clothing, gear, and food storage, so waterproof materials and containers are essential. A swampland retreat also demands an understanding of the local flora and fauna. Some plants can be a source of food or medicine, while others could be harmful. The same goes for the local wildlife. With the right skills, these wetlands could be your natural fortress. Now we paddle to the heart of tranquility, an island in a large lake. This secluded piece of land provides strategic isolation, a buffer from the chaos of the world. It's like having your own personal fortress in the water. However, such an advantage comes with its fair share of challenges. You need to think about how to store and transport supplies to this remote location. Can you stash enough resources to last you a while? Can you make the journey to and from the island safely under various weather conditions? And remember, while the water around you is a natural barrier, it also means you're somewhat trapped. You must have a solid plan for emergencies. But if you can figure out these logistics, this island could become your haven, a place where you're not just surviving but thriving. With planning and resources, this island could be your personal fortress in the water. Next, we climb to the peak of vigilance, lighthouses. These towering structures, built to withstand the harshest of weather, offer an exceptional strategic advantage. They serve as excellent lookout points, providing a panoramic view of your surroundings. This visibility could be crucial in detecting potential threats from afar, but as with any unusual bug-out location, there are challenges to consider. Lighthouses are often in remote locations, which can mean difficult access. Roads might be blocked or non-existent, and some lighthouses are only reachable by boat. Another factor is self-sufficiency. You'll need to bring or establish your own sources of food, water, and other necessities. The isolation that makes lighthouses secure can also make resupplying difficult, so plan accordingly. Remember, the key to any successful bug-out location is preparation. With careful planning and the right resources, these towering sentinels of the sea could be your beacon of safety. Finally, we march into the relics of defense, old military bases. These decommissioned strongholds hold a wealth of potential for those seeking a secure refuge when the world goes topsy-turvy. Picture this: fortified structures, underground facilities, and sometimes even pre-existing resources. These once bustling hubs of defense have seen the passage of time and now lay silent, waiting to be repurposed. But remember, not all that glitters is gold. It's crucial to ensure these areas are legally accessible. You don't want to end up in a legal quagmire in your quest for safety. Moreover, safety checks are a must. Some of these bases may still house unexploded ordnance or other hazardous materials, so proceed with caution. Do your homework, scout the area, and maybe even get a professional opinion. With due diligence, these fortified remnants could be your stronghold in times of chaos. And there you have it, folks. The top 12 unusual places to bug out. We've explored the strategic high ground of water towers, the solid shelter of retired railroad cars, and the sustainable living of commercial greenhouses. We've delved deep into the thermal insulation of underground parking garages, the durability of abandoned churches, and the natural protection of mines and caves. We've also considered the isolation of deserted islands and lakeside islands, the natural barriers of marshlands, the excellent lookout points of lighthouses, and the fortified structures of old military bases. Each of these locations offers unique advantages, but also presents its own set of challenges. So choose your refuge wisely, considering your personal circumstances, the threats you anticipate, and the resources at your disposal. Remember, the key to survival is preparation. Choose your refuge wisely. Now that we've shared our top picks, we'd love to hear yours. It's all about thinking outside the box, right? So, if you've stumbled upon a fantastic hideaway or have created an unconventional safe haven of your own, don't hold back. Drop a comment below and let us all in on the secret. Your unique experience could be the key to someone else's survival. While you're at it, why not hit that like button? It's a small gesture, but it goes a long way in helping us continue to bring you these innovative survival strategies. If you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button too, to become part of our survivalist community. And remember, sharing is caring. So don't forget to pass this video along to your fellow preppers. Stay tuned, stay prepared, and until next time, keep surviving, folks.